it was good for us to get a day off where we did some regen in Philly before we flew out here, and guys were able to get away last night a little bit, just have dinner on their own. We got a good training session in today, so I think we're pretty well recovered, from the game. No significant new injuries. It's just the red cards that we got to be worried about.
How do you concern yourself with those? How do you kind of move forward from those two guys being out of the lineup?
Well, obviously we know those two guys aren't going to play, so we have to bring people in for them. And Zach Scott is somebody who's played right back before, so he's probably the most likely guy to go there for us. Then we have situations where is it David Estrada that comes in for Lamar Nagel? Do we push? We've pushed Rosales up there in the past. Do we do that? So that's something we're going to think about and decide.
A lot of those guys that weren't available in Philadelphia, I know you've mentioned this a bit on the conference call, but how many of those guys will be available on Wednesday in Kansas City?
Well, obviously Alonso will be available for us, and that's a big one because he helps us in midfield for sure. Mark Birch is here. Not quite sure yet how many minutes we think he can do, but some of the other guys are still a little bit away. So we're waiting to see how they come back and how they recover. And the main thing with Obafemi Martins is that we want to get him to a point where once he plays again that we can keep him playing, not play, miss. And so we did a procedure during our week off that we think will help that in the long run. And, but we just need to give him a little more time.
Do you anticipate that some of those guys may be available on Saturday against San Jose?
Yeah, definitely. That's what we're hoping. So, but guys haven't really had a full training or a hard training. I mean, they're training today. They trained today with the reserves back in Seattle, and they'll have a hard training tomorrow. So we'll have a better idea at that point.
Looking at the game on Wednesday, what kind of things do you expect to see from Kansas City? I know, particularly with Kai Kamara coming back to the team today.
Obviously. With us, when it rains, it pours. So, here comes Kai Kamara back, and naturally he's eligible for the game against us. Not for the game against Chivas, not for the game after, but the game against us. And I've known Kai a long time. I drafted Kai when I was in Columbus. So, he's obviously excited to be back here, which this is the place he's played for the last 3 years. And, is he going to start for them? Probably not, because he hasn't trained that much with them. But he certainly gives them an option, and he's certainly not somebody who's not game fit or not sharp because he's been playing a lot in England.
And lastly, just kind of your impression kind of moving forward from the group that played Saturday, kind of what do you expect out of that group on Wednesday?
Well, obviously that they're going to come in and we're going to play a little bit better than we played on Saturday. It was great to see us score 2 goals. It's been a while since we've done that, so we got to continue to do that, continue to create chances, but more so continuing to score goals. And we've got to do a better job of limiting the opponent's chances so we don't get into so many situations of almost at times desperation defending. But I think we got to do a better job of holding on to the ball and a better job of being organized defensively.
Thank you.
Okay.
Me preguntaron si podría hacer un anuncio y pensé que era porque yo juego para los Seattle Sounders. No puedo, porque mi inglés no es muy bueno. That's true. Entonces me dijeron que el anuncio era de padres, niños y familias. Eso es muy importante para mí y le dije que yo hago lo que puedo hacer. No importa cuál idioma tú hablas, hay un idioma universal que nuestros niños comprenden y necesitan. Y es el amor y el cariño de los padres. Be a good parent and stay involved in your child's life.